First step was for our central office and for main offices in buildings, making sure that workspaces were 6 feet apart for workers who are working in the same area. Next step we took was our own maintenance staff. They've been manufacturing sneeze guards, plexiglass partitions, which we've been installing in reception areas for central office, also for reception areas in main offices of schools. Each school has had to identify an isolation room, so in the event that when we get students back in school and they have a student who reports to school who is sick, they can't keep those students in the nurse's office. They have to move them to an isolation room until their parents are able to pick them up.
You got a delivery of your health and safety, social distancing signs.
We've ordered and we've been posting signs around buildings, and we'll be placing those signs around schools which promote social distancing, also promote good hygiene practices in general. Also placing signs in bathrooms to make sure to remind students and staff of washing their hands for at least 20 seconds before they leave the restroom. We've ordered and we received a number of wall-mounted hand sanitizing dispenser units. Our goal is, before students return, to make sure that every classroom has a wall-mounted hand sanitizing dispenser in each classroom for students and staff to use. We have a plan B in place. We've ordered over 2,000 one-gallon jugs of hand sanitizer with pumps, so those can be placed in classrooms for students and staff to use until the wall-mounted units are in place for every classroom in our school system. Operations has also secured sanitizing wipes for each classroom for students to use at their discretion. As they enter a classroom, especially for high schools and middle schools, maybe moving from one class to another, to make sure that as they come into that area, if they choose, they can take a wipe and wipe down the desk and chair, which they're going to be using during that period of time in that classroom. One of the greatest challenges that Charles County Public Schools and I think other large school systems face is that you can't modify a classroom with 4 block walls. So what you have to try to do is work within that existing space to make sure that student desks are spread out 6 feet apart. The classroom desks are all facing in the same direction. We need to consider keeping classroom doors open when possible if it doesn't lead to other safety concerns, because that would help increase ventilation in the classroom. And we need to consider keeping windows open if possible as another step to increase ventilation if that doesn't lead to other safety concerns.